For weeks now, we've been faced with so much uncertainty coming from President Trump. Each day brings new tariff threats. Now, President Trump is threatening tariffs on steel and aluminum. Pressure to maximize our leverage. That's why today we're moving forward with a 25% surcharge on electricity exports. For the 1.5 million American homes and businesses that Ontario powers, if necessary, if the United States escalates, I will not hesitate to shut the electricity off completely.
In a bold move that could shake up the U.S.-Canada trade relationship, Ontario Premier Doug Ford has issued a stark warning. If the United States escalates its trade war, Ontario could cut off electricity exports to 3 major American states. But how did we get here? And what does this mean for millions of homes and businesses in the U.S.? Doug Ford stated, "We have been dealing with uncertainty for weeks. Every day, new challenges emerge. Businesses, workers, and families on both sides of the border are feeling the impact of these tariffs. And we will not stand by while Ontario's economy is at risk."
For weeks now, we've been faced with so much uncertainty coming from President Trump. Each day brings new tariff threats. Now, President Trump is threatening tariffs on steel and aluminum. He's pointing his finger at dairy and lumber, shifting timelines, different excuses, chaos and confusion. It's hurting workers, it's hurting businesses, it's hurting investments, and it's hurting families on both sides of the border. It needs to end. That's why I've been crystal clear. Until these tariffs are off the table, until the threat of tariffs is gone for good, Ontario will not relent. We will not back down.
The tension between the two nations began when President Donald Trump imposed tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum. While some of these tariffs have been paused, others remain in place, keeping businesses in limbo. Now, Ontario is responding with its own economic countermeasures. Ontario supplies electricity to 1.5 million homes and businesses in these 3 states. Premier Ford announced a 25% surcharge on electricity exports, which could cost American consumers up to $400,000 per day. That's an estimated $100 increase per month on household energy bills.
We will apply maximum pressure to maximize our leverage. That's why today we're moving forward with a 25% surcharge on electricity exports. For the 1.5 million American homes and businesses that Ontario powers, homes and businesses in Minnesota, Michigan, and New York. This surcharge will cost families and businesses in these states up to $400,000 each and every single day. On an average, this will add around $100 per month to the bills of hardworking Americans.
Doug Ford stated, "This is not what we want. We want to work together, grow our economies, and create jobs. But until the threat of tariffs is off the table, Ontario will not back down. If the U.S. escalates, I will not hesitate to shut off electricity completely." With this warning, Ontario is positioning itself as a key player in the U.S.-Canada trade dispute.
If necessary, if the United States escalates, I will not hesitate to shut the electricity off completely. Believe me when I say I do not want to do this. I feel terrible for the American people because it's not the American people who started this trade war. It's one person who's responsible. That's President Trump.
But could this lead to further economic instability? Experts warn that such measures could strain cross-border relations and put pressure on industries that rely on stable energy supplies. A trade war between 2 of the world's closest allies is economically damaging. Higher costs for American businesses could lead to job losses, and Ontario also risks losing a major export market. Ford's move is strategic. By targeting energy, a critical need, Ontario is leveraging its resources to force the U.S. to rethink its trade policies. But whether this will lead to a resolution or more conflict remains to be seen. If electricity costs rise, businesses will have to adjust their prices. That affects customers and could force businesses to cut jobs. The message from Ontario is clear: trade fairness or economic retaliation. But will the U.S. respond? And how could this impact everyday Americans and Canadians? Only time will tell. What do you think about this trade battle? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on global affairs.